Hey everyone!
Welcome back to our All Walks Sociology Deep Dive series. Today we're tackling a topic that quietly shapes industries, communities, and economies around the world: temporary foreign workers, or TFWs.
They're absolutely vital in multiple sectors. Think healthcare, agriculture, technology, seafood processing, you name it. Yet many of us don't realize just how influential and frankly vulnerable they can be.
Exactly. We've come across a wealth of resources: academic papers, policy briefs, first-hand accounts. They all point to how TFWs keep entire industries running, filling positions where local labor isn't available or qualified.
One standout example is Champlain Seafood. They're known for their inclusive hiring practices and effective integration of TFWs. Remarkably, this isn't just a kind gesture. It's significantly enhanced their productivity and innovation, a prime example of best practices that deserves the spotlight.
But it's not always a success story. Many TFWs face tough realities: substandard housing, unfair wages, limited access to services, or even workplace discrimination. These problems create a stark contrast when placed alongside more positive outcomes like Champlain Seafoods.
Absolutely. We also see intersectionality playing a major role. Factors such as gender, ethnicity, and migration status can stack the odds against certain groups. These layered disadvantages can lead to systemic exploitation or neglect.
And to dig deeper into exploitation, some sources invoke sociological conflict perspectives. Under profit-driven pressures, human rights can take a back seat. There are many opportunities to investigate how this theory intersects with current TFW conditions, especially for those unable to advocate for themselves. A recurring misconception is that TFWs take jobs away from local workers. But research is clear: TFWs often fill specialized or niche roles, ones for which the local workforce is either unavailable or lacks the specific expertise.
So it's less about competing with local labor and more about complementing it. At scale, it can actually grow local economies, leading to new opportunities for everyone. We're also seeing some interesting policy shifts. Canada, for instance, is adjusting wages for TFWs in certain categories to ensure fairness for local workers. It will be important to follow up on how effectively those policies are being implemented on the ground.
Meanwhile, Jamaica has launched a worker security program specifically designed to protect TFWs, especially in agriculture. It's another area worth examining further to see how successful it's been.
These evolving approaches highlight that governments can strike a balance, supplying industries with necessary workers while safeguarding those workers' rights.
Of course, governments can't do it all alone. Regulatory frameworks need consistent enforcement, no loopholes, no blind eyes turned to abuses. Plus, every industry sector has unique needs, so we should be eager to examine how different regulations are put into practice in areas like tech, seafood, and agriculture.
That's where advocacy groups step in. They provide TFWs with legal aid, language support, and community connections. It's always good practice to contact some of these organizations to get first-hand success stories and learn about ongoing challenges.
They also address what sociologist Emil Durkheim called anomie, that sense of normlessness or disconnection when people enter drastically new environments. Advocacy groups help TFWs feel grounded, ensuring they're not just surviving but actually thriving in their new communities. So to wrap up, here are some action items worth pursuing. 1. Investigate Champlain Seafood's integration practices to see what's replicable for other employers. 2. Follow up on Canada's wage adjustments to gauge their real-world impact. 3. Research the Jamaica Worker Security Program to understand its outcomes and lessons learned. 4. Contact advocacy groups for in-depth perspectives on both successes and challenges. 5. Examine how improved regulatory frameworks apply across diverse sectors. 6. Dive deeper into how sociological conflict thinking helps explain TFW's working conditions today. If we work together, governments, employers, advocacy groups, and everyday citizens, we can create a fairer environment for TFWs. That means enforcement of policies, fair wages, and open dialogue in our communities.
And remember, TFWs aren't taking jobs, they're enhancing economies, communities, and cultures, often in ways we don't see. Let's keep the conversation going and ensure that differing contributions are valued.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. If you found this helpful, we invite you to like and subscribe for more explorations of the issues that shape our world. Until next time, take care.